was headed for the States. And indeed, parts of the U.S. state of Colorado, they're now under a state of disaster emergency several days after a mishap that's stained a river yellow. It used to be clear.
Now it is yellow. Okay, the federal agency that's supposed to prevent things such as this, the U.S. Environmental Protection Agency, accidentally released millions of gallons of pollutants into the Animas River last Wednesday. Waters in both Colorado and neighboring New Mexico are affected. Authorities are still working to determine just how polluted the river is. But it used to be clear, now it is that color.
Yeah, let's get more on just how dangerous this spill may become. Our meteorologist, Pajram Javahery, joins us with more on this. Pajram, always good to see you, but imagine if you're a resident, if you're used to seeing this beautiful river, it turns to this. I've seen images of people still boating and kayaking down it, but how dangerous is that?
Absolutely. It's tremendously dangerous. You know, what officials here are saying, potentially for some contaminants here as far as arsenic, lead, zinc, copper, all of them could have gone into the river. One of the viewers here, Tom Bartles, shared with us a photograph from his property of what this river, Animas River, looked like before the spill. And then you look at post-spill, kind of a mustard color takes over. And the concern, of course, environmental disaster, not just for Colorado, but also for New Mexico. We know down the line, Arizona, maybe Nevada, and eventually the state of California could be impacted by this as well. But I want to show you the state of Colorado, because you think about the state of Colorado, a gem of the state if you've been here. About 15,000 mines dot this landscape. So again, well known for a lot of mining activity, but the Gold King mine, that's the mine right there, that's the area of interest. And we know this particular mine was actually suspended operations and abandoned back in the 1920s, and officials knew there was a minor leak here. It's been happening for years. So what the EPA, or Environmental Protection Agency, had been doing in the last couple of days towards this region, trying to find a way to kind of stop the minor leak that's occurring. We know one of the officials potentially pushed the backhoe towards the area of the mine entrance, moved some sediment. The leak occurred across what is known as the Cement Creek region, and that pushed farther downstream towards the Animas River. Rio de las Animas is what Spaniards used to call this region, the soul of the river of souls, basically a gorgeous landscape. And one of the initial towns that impacted by this, that was Silverton, Colorado. Farther downstream we go, tremendous area for tourist activity, especially in the month of August. We're talking about the areas of the San Juan River near Durango, Colorado. Here we have anything as far as, say, kayaking, rafting, fishing, also water for irrigation. All of that now has been suspended as the state of emergency issued for Colorado. Farther downstream, that being now into New Mexico as well. And guess what happens beyond that? You work your way into the San Juan River, eventually feeds into the Colorado River. Now we're talking about Lake Powell. A lot of water from Lake Powell, of course, gives water to, say, Arizona, eventually on into Nevada. Even folks in Los Angeles and San Diego get some water from areas around Lake Powell. So the concern is that wide-reaching impact, and you take a look at the area where the spill initially occurred and how it impacts farther downstream and can reach into at least 5 states before it's all said and done, with all the heavy metals that we talked about as far as arsenic, lead, copper, and potentially zinc being inside the rivers there. Guys?
And the fact that it could spread to so many states is really quite frightening, I think.
And these days we have no water to waste, really, so this is
very
really
true. Very good point. Yeah.
All right, Pajram, we will
Thank
see
you
you next hour. Thanks. Yeah. Bombs and blame. After a wave of blasts set off by the Taliban, the